future of medical documentation is here, and it's revolutionizing the way we record patient visits. Introducing Comprehend PT, the groundbreaking HIPAA-compliant AI scribe designed specifically for physical therapists. Imagine a world where the dialogue between PTs and patients is interpreted by AI into precise, real-time medical notes without lifting a pen or tapping a keyboard. Comprehend PT does just that, allowing healthcare professionals to stay engaged with patients rather than buried in documentation. Boost your efficiency, reduce claim denials, and liberate yourself from the burdens of manual note-taking with Comprehend PT. Join the revolution now at comprehendpt.com. Untold Physio Stories listeners get 50% off their first month with code MMT50, and there's a free trial available. Sign up now. I use it every day in the clinic for virtual and live visits. I just speak to the patient, and at the end, hit Comprehend, and a SOAP note's generated. I love it, and you will too. Welcome to Untold Physio Stories podcast, your perfect commute resource with physio failures, successes, interesting cases, and more from the physio and rehab world, with your hosts, Drs. Andrew Rothschild and Erson Religioso. Just a quick intro to this podcast. I was talking with Dr. Scott Robertson on a Get to Know You Google Meet call, and he said he had a hilarious story about the Edge tool. So I said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to hit record with your permission. So I'm going to let Scott take it away.
So I am a proud Edge mobility tool owner. I probably bought it eight years ago, and I loved it. But I do got to say, not everyone does love it, because I don't know. I left it in my car one day with, I had one of those voodoo floss bands. I had a couple other rehab type equipment that, of course, are awesome to a therapist. Well, I happened to leave my car unlocked that night, and lo and behold, someone broke into it. Or they didn't have to broke into it. They just opened the door and they took my beloved PT belongings. I was just like, listen, whoever's breaking into my car right now, that has zero value to them. So I'm like, you know what? I guarantee you, if they found it, then they got a little bit like farther up the road, that they're going to pitch this. So I go for a run. Lo and behold, your Edge mobility prod. I couldn't believe that I actually found it.
It was on the road or like in a field or what?
It was just on the side of the road, and I'm running up and down my neighborhood, and I'm just, I'm kind of a cheap person. I'm like, hey man, there's like $100. I don't know how much it was, $120.
Yeah, it's only $80 now, but I mean, okay. Like back then it was probably $120.
Yeah, so I paid $120 for this. I just had it. I loved it. And I'm like, I was determined to find it. And I was right that the thief had no use for your Edge mobility tool. It has one little scuff on it from where they chucked it, but I've used it successfully in the clinic since. So it's durable and held up despite everything it's been through.
Wow, that is a hilarious story. I just had to hit record on this. I've been talking with Dr. Scott Robertson now on like hey, let's get to know each other call. But I knew it just sounded like it would be a good podcast story. This might be one of the best shortest podcast episodes ever. Scott, yeah, where can people find you online in case? Well, you know what? Give a quick intro. Maybe I'll put the intro even before.
Yeah.
The story.
Yeah. So you introduced me, Dr. Scott Robertson. I'm a physical therapist out of Cleveland, Ohio, and I've been doing physical therapy for the last 10 years and transitioning to a sales role in the DME world. So a little bit of a different turn and kind of entering the non-clinical space, but I'm excited for that next adventure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of PTs. Reaching out and branching out. Why leave sales or anything else to just salespeople? If you're selling medical stuff, who better, especially to, post-op patients or something, who better to do it than a PT, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's what I'm excited about. Like, I'm not giving a corporate sales pitch when I go to see these surgeons. I didn't just take a week-long seminar at the corporate office to, why the product's good. It's like, I have clinical experience, and
you're a doctor.
I can give all the anecdotal evidence of it, and I review the research myself. Like we're trained in that. We have the ability to know, hey, this study shows this, it's not that great, or hey, maybe it did show it, but they didn't have a lot of stuff. So we could kind of sift through all that and just give real honest feedback. So I'm just excited to use my skills in a little bit of a different role.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, well, thanks for coming on the podcast. And that,
Yeah,
that's a great
absolutely.
story, man. I can't, every edge tool that was ever stolen out of our clinic, we never got back. But honestly, you know what? I never looked up the road, but obviously they knew what they were getting because it was being used on them.
They knew the value of it for
Right,
sure. Yeah.
right. Or they hated it and they wanted to get rid of it, and they thought by taking it they wouldn't get it as a treatment.
It scraped them up pretty good. Yeah.
Right.
So
Little did I know I had thousands of them.
endless supply.
Right. Yeah. All right. Oh, well, hey, if you like this story of any kind of hilarious PT anecdotes, great physio failures, make sure to reach out to me on social media. Subscribe to Untold Physio Stories. Hit that give us 5-star rating wherever you listen to podcasts. Hit that subscribe button. Give us hearts on social media. And as always, you guys have a great day.